Chinese Premier Li Qiang arrived in Pyongyang this week, marking the 75th anniversary of diplomatic relations between China and North Korea. The visit was the highest-level contact between the two countries in years, drawing global attention. Li's delegation traveled by train, echoing historic journeys and symbolizing the depth of their alliance. Both sides framed the visit as a reaffirmation of their enduring friendship, rooted in the Korean War. The official agenda included meetings and cultural events to strengthen ties and address mutual concerns. The timing is critical. China faces tensions with the US, while North Korea is under sanctions and growing closer to Russia. Li's presence was a strategic move, signaling that China remains North Korea's key partner despite Pyongyang's outreach to Moscow. Every detail of the visit was scrutinized for signs of the true state of their relationship. Was this a routine courtesy, or a sign of shifting policy? The world watched for answers. The implications for regional stability and global power dynamics made Li Qiang's visit a pivotal moment in East Asian diplomacy. Premier Li Qiang's welcome in Pyongyang was grand but meticulously controlled. Kim Jong-un greeted him personally at the airport, a rare honor, as thousands lined the streets in orchestrated celebration. Military parades and synchronized performances underscored North Korea's respect for its ally. Yet, the atmosphere was formal and reserved, with both leaders exchanging pleasantries and reviewing the honor guard in a measured manner. Unlike previous summits, there were no displays of personal warmth, just standard diplomatic language. Official meetings focused on economic cooperation, security, and party relations, but the tone remained businesslike. The contrast between public spectacle and private reserve was striking. The leaders' behavior suggested a pragmatic, cautious partnership rather than deep camaraderie. This duality reflects the realities of their alliance: strategic support, but not always perfect alignment. The formality may signal mutual respect, but also the seriousness of the issues at hand. Both sides are navigating sensitive terrain, balancing cooperation with their own national interests. The carefully managed visit highlighted the complexity beneath the surface of their alliance. A single photograph from the visit captured global attention: Li Qiang and Kim Jong-un shaking hands, both with neutral expressions and noticeable distance between them. The image quickly went viral, sparking debate about the true nature of their relationship. Online commentators contrasted it with Kim's warm interactions with Vladimir Putin, calling this photo cold and stiff. Analysts noted the handshake's formality and lack of eye contact, interpreting it as a sign of duty rather than genuine friendship. The photo became a symbol of the transactional, strategic nature of the alliance. In tightly controlled environments, every gesture is scrutinized for hidden meaning. The awkward handshake suggested that while Beijing and Pyongyang remain partners, their bond is pragmatic, not affectionate. The image highlighted the complexities and tensions underlying the summit. For observers, it spoke volumes about the realities of power and alliance in East Asia. Sometimes, a single image reveals more than any official statement. Experts see Li Qiang's visit as Beijing's move to reassert influence over Pyongyang amid North Korea's growing ties with Russia. By sending a top official, China signaled its commitment to North Korea's stability and its central role in regional affairs. The visit also sent a message to the US and allies: China remains a key player in managing Korean Peninsula security. For Kim Jong-un, hosting Li Qiang projected strength and legitimacy despite international isolation. Some analysts believe Kim is leveraging China and Russia against each other to maximize benefits. The reserved tone of the summit may reflect China's unease with North Korea's military cooperation with Russia. Beijing wants stability and may be quietly urging restraint. The visit was a balancing act, reaffirming the alliance while managing the risks of North Korea's provocative policies. It underscored the delicate dynamics shaping Northeast Asia. To grasp the significance of Li Qiang's visit, it's useful to compare it to President Xi Jinping's 2019 trip to Pyongyang. Xi's visit was warm and personal, with public displays of friendship and optimism. At that time, Kim was engaged in summit diplomacy with the US and South Korea, and China sought to remain central in nuclear negotiations. The tone was that of a senior partner guiding a junior ally. In contrast, Li's 2025 visit took place in a more confrontational environment, with North Korea aligning closer to Russia and resuming missile tests. The visit was less about guiding negotiations and more about managing shifting alliances. The difference in rank, premier instead of president, signals a more cautious approach from Beijing. Some analysts see this as a way for China to show support without full political investment. It keeps the relationship stable but leaves room for Xi to step in if needed. The change in tone and context reflects the evolving challenges China faces in maintaining influence over North Korea. The visit was about preserving China's position amid new uncertainties. It was a strategic, not sentimental, engagement. North Korea's deepening ties with Russia have changed the strategic landscape in Northeast Asia. Kim and Putin's recent summits signal growing military and economic cooperation, driven by mutual needs. This new axis challenges China's traditional dominance over North Korea. Beijing now faces competition for Kim's loyalty and must recalibrate its approach. Qiang's visit was a direct response, aiming to ensure China remains Pyongyang's top partner. The Russia-North Korea partnership strengthens the anti-US bloc, but also brings unpredictability. China wants stability and is wary of any moves that could escalate tensions or provoke the US-Lee's discussions, likely included warnings about the limits of North Korea's cooperation with Russia. Beijing may use economic leverage to encourage caution and prevent destabilizing actions. The visit was a strategic maneuver to manage this new triangular relationship. China's management of its North Korean ally is now more complicated than ever. The Russia factor has forced Beijing to act with greater urgency and care. Qiang's visit is part of broader geopolitical shifts in the Asia-Pacific, driven by US-China rivalry. The US is strengthening alliances with Japan, South Korea, and others, while forming new security pacts like AUKUS. This has led to clearer blocs, the US and its allies on one side, and a looser alignment of China, Russia, and North Korea on the other. Lee's trip solidifies this latter bloc, sending a message of solidarity against Western pressure. South Korea's government has deepened ties with the US and Japan, resulting in unprecedented trilateral military cooperation. For Beijing, this alignment is a major security concern, prompting it to reinforce ties with North Korea. The region is becoming more polarized, with countries increasingly forced to choose sides. Lee's visit underscores this trend and China's commitment to its traditional ally. The Korean peninsula remains a central flashpoint in the contest for influence. Actions by leaders in Beijing, Pyongyang, Washington, and Seoul are deeply interconnected. The stakes for regional stability have never been higher. The visit highlights how old rivalries are shaping new realities. Qiang's visit offers a snapshot of East Asian geopolitics, an alliance that is essential but fraught with complexity. The summit reaffirmed the China-North Korea partnership, but the reserved tone suggests pragmatism over deep affinity. Both nations need each other, but their interests are not always aligned. China faces new challenges from US alliances and North Korea's outreach to Russia. Jong-un is skillfully leveraging great power competition to his advantage. The key question: will this alliance bring stability or greater risk to the region? China's influence could restrain North Korea, or enable more provocative actions. The international community must now factor this partnership into their strategies. Qiang's trip was more than ceremony. It was a move on the global chessboard. The events in Pyongyang are a reminder that old alliances still shape the future of East Asia.